Sorry, it's not warmer. I threw a log in this morning and then she filled it.
What does it normally take to heat up? Depends on how cold it is outside, I suppose.
Like on a day like this, maybe an hour. But I feed it.
Feed it?
Hello, everybody. Friday Night Pikes. We're doing a tape version today. We had an opportunity to talk with Ari, and we'll introduce him here later and what he's doing. We have some, what you call it, Wounded Warriors. Is that kind of?
Yeah, Wounded Warriors, veterans. Our nation's heroes.
Yep. Yeah, he's. We got a group of guys out on the ice. We have about 8 of them today. So that's why we're all dressed up in jackets. But we've been spending the morning out on the ice, and we plan on going back out this afternoon here. So, so we just got back from Whitefish, the Whitefish Invitational last weekend, which was a blast. We took home some hardware, Jordan and I, representing the northern part of Minnesota.
I put your decoy up on a pedestal when I got it home. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Put it right down in the basement when I walked down there.
Yeah. Yep. And I got a Brian Davis decoy. So we won the one time. So we got the smallest. I got the smallest northern, and Jordan got the smallest whitefish. Which that smallest whitefish is quite a feat.
That was the 4th one I threw at.
Yeah.
Then Colton threw at a few, but it was whitefish. You almost have to wait till they're broadside. I realized. Yeah. And this one was suspended, still like 6-7 feet out, but. Yeah. Broadside shot, single tine, the Bell River did the trick.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of fun. So he got the smallest whitefish.
20 and a half inches, I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah. It's pretty.
That's what it was.
A good shot. The Northern Ice Spirit, it was able to decoy it right up pretty high on the hole. So
where did you hit it? I never
Right in the back.
Right in the back?
Center tine.
Right behind the gill plates or what?
Yeah, it was a perfect shot.
Perfect.
Yeah. That was a Ron Ham spear. I got to get a Bell River one time, but it went right through it.
Perfect.
Yeah. So Jordan, I was just cutting a hole yesterday for this deal today, and the ice is thick. It's like 30. What you think it's 30 inches?
It's 28, 30 inches, depending on
where you're
at over there.
And I forgot to bring my ice tongs out, and I had to cut 2 holes in my house, and I was doing it by myself, and I tried pushing the one block under, and I got it to push over an inch, and I'm like, ugh, and I put it right where my next hole is going to be, so I was kind of upset with myself. But I ran over to Jordan, and I said, I can't push my ice blocks under, even split. So I said, do you have an ice tong? And he does. He's making them now, or someone's making them, and you're selling them. I don't know.
Yeah, we're still in the infancy stage of it, but I'm working with Tyler Hall out of Fertile, Minnesota. He's got Clear Arc Industries up in Clearbrook, Minnesota, and I kind of told him what I wanted, and he made up three prototypes, and we narrowed it down to this one. Of course, it was going to be blue.
Yeah,
but I also am plasti dipping the handles, so you got extra grip, just like the ice saw handles. I started plasti dipping those too, little extra grip on those as well. But
I was impressed with it. It really grabs the ice, and they're light, so I was able to pull those chunks out all by myself. And
32 inches tall.
Yeah.
Overall, the length of the ice tongs, just shy of 8 pounds, I believe. Mm-hmm. But the cool thing about it, you could pull their overlap, so any size chunk all the way up to a 30-inch chunk of ice.
That's good.
And then once they grab and you grab and go.
They never let go.
No.
I mean, I would have been in the water before they let go.
We don't need any more people in the water.
No. So yeah, we set up some houses yesterday, and this is the 3rd year now that our chapter, the Pine Prairie chapter, is worked with Ari to get some veterans out on the ice. Most of the time, from what we have all levels of experience, but majority of the guys have only been out maybe a couple times at the most. So it's kind of fun bringing some guys out that haven't been able to get out. or haven't been out that much say it's always fun bringing new people out into the sport. But so Ari, can you tell us maybe just a little bit about yourself? Where are you from? Maybe even your service experience.
Okay. Well, originally I'm from New York. I was born in Queens. I traveled around the state a lot growing up. I graduated from East Hampton out on Long Island. And then wasn't real sure what I was doing with myself. And I saw an ad in the paper for firefighters and thought, well, that's pretty cool. I'll give that a shot. Well, ended up being the U.S. Navy recruiter's office. And I said, sure, why not? So I, joined the Navy and was stationed out of Pearl Harbor on an Aegis guided missile cruiser. I did 2 6-month deployments over to the Gulf. Had some PTSD issues. When I came home, I went probably close to 20 years, hadn't even said hi to a single member of my family.
Oh, wow.
I got into some fishing with some other veteran friends that I'd had, and found that it was being outdoors and doing this sort of thing was an amazing form of therapy that I now truly believe in better than anything medication that they want to throw at you or anything like that. Camaraderie, you get the guys back together with the guys that have similar experiences in life. And, it helps. It helps amazingly to let you deal with some of the things that you saw or dealt with while you were overseas. Like I said, I firsthand know that getting with guys like you who take us out and show us appreciation for serving, it saves lives. The suicide rate among veterans in this country is 22 a day on average. And I know for a fact how this type of event changes lives.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, that's it's fun to hear because we do it as a passion, but to see all you guys out here, you guys were all waiting in Ryan's garage. I walked in and they're just chomping at the bit to get out there. Mm-hmm. I could just tell you guys were excited and just popping into each of your houses out there and listening to the stories. And a lot of them are fishing stories or just how cool it is looking down the hole and seeing a fish come in. Yeah.
Yeah. It's an awesome experience to watch the fish just kind of appear there. Just, oh, wait, there it is. Mm-hmm.
A little bit different than a bobber, not mocking anglers, but you got a little bit more going on that you got to keep an eye on down there when you're spearing.
Definitely.
What do you think of the chapter house you're sitting in?
Oh, the new chapter house is awesome. It's comfortable, stays warm real easy. We don't have the heat on much at all, and you just sitting across from a buddy and having conversation and watching for fish. So I definitely recommend taking advantage of it.
Yep.
Yeah, so I don't know if we've talked about that on here, but our chapter bought a Lumalite 6x10.
6x10, yep.
Spear house, no windows. And what our vision is that we have it out on a lake and ready to go for anybody in the chapter or a chapter family member that wants to get out on the ice and doesn't have the means to do it. So, we're really looking to get elderly, maybe kids that don't have an equipment to do it, or some veterans, anybody really. Yeah. So we're hoping that takes off. This is our first trial run of it. So I can't wait to see what happens with that.
And it's nice because it's a center spear hole and you're sitting across from, you could fit 4 people in there pretty comfortable. You guys got a lot of room with just 2 of you across from each other. Mm-hmm. But the fun thing about it is, you're talking just like we are across this table. There's spear holes in between you. Mm-hmm.
And you can see under him and he can see under you.
Yep. You're spotting everybody in there.
Yep.
It's kind of neat. So it's wide enough for four people pretty easily.
And heats with just a small little buddy heater.
I thought that was crazy. Yeah. How many times are you turning that butter heater down to pilot?
Honest to God, the only time we actually turned it on was after we speared fish and had to open the doors to throw the fish outside.
Yeah, and it doesn't take long to heat them up after that either.
It was on for 5-10 minutes and we shut the heat back off.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Huh. And you're from Are you okay with saying where you're from?
Yeah,
Maybe
absolutely.
you said that from
Yeah,
Boston,
well,
so
nope,
you're
yeah,
not that far away.
Nope, I currently live in Boston. My wife's teacher at the Boston School District. Got 4 boys, and a 5th one on the way.
Wow.
Well, congrats.
Don't know if it's a boy yet, but 5th baby on the way, so
Yep.
growing. And I can't thank the community here enough. I haven't run into an instance where somebody finds out what we're doing and they want to help out in some way, with a donation or just any way they can. I mean, I even actually had for this event after I posted it, a guy from South Dakota, spearing, reached out and he's like, "Hey, if you ever need another guide, let me know. I'll come up and help you guide all the way from South Dakota." He wants to come and do it with us. So
Awesome.
So who are maybe we should just mention maybe some of the, you don't have to mention every single one of them, but who are some of the sponsors with this year?
Well, obviously the Pine to Prairie chapter set us up with the houses and the guides that are here. Hugo's out of Boston, Ace Hardware out of Boston, Lapeer Lodge, Dad's Garage in Boston, Stoney's Custom Design out of Boston, all pitched in. Lavoie Decoys and Tradewell Decoys all helped out. And then the Mid-State chapter of Dark House Spearing sent us some apparel, the ball caps and sweaters. 406 Spears sent us, gift card towards purchasing a spear for. So yeah, I mean, everyone's been awesome at wanting to help out and thanking the veterans for their service.
Yeah, and then Erickson Smokehouse, they provided the meal today. So the Smokehouse in Fertile, thank you for doing that.
It was tasty.
Yeah, I was hungry.
Thanks, Trent, for the beans.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I had an interesting whitefish. I lost my pickup keys, and then I didn't tie down my shelter good enough, so it blew my shelter over and knocked in my buddy heater down the hole and a decoy down there. So we were fishing that stuff out for a good hour, and I ended up having to try to get a key made at a dealership, which is an interesting
on a
thing.
Saturday.
It was Friday.
It was Friday?
We picked it up on a Saturday, but I didn't realize how much it goes into reprogramming a key. So I had an interesting whitefish, but I got a award, and usually we give out an award to the person who makes the biggest mistakes out on the ice and stuff, and I got it this year. And
what's that award called again?
Well, it's called the D-Horn Award. I don't know what it's for, but normally we have an actual plaque we give to the person they signed it on the back. But we didn't have it this year, so Trent Ostadal had a big old can of beans, like a party pack.
Yeah.
It was a big, huge can anyway.
It made its trek to Cabotogama, and then he forgot it in my pickup. Sat in my pantry since December.
Yeah.
And I bring it to Whitefish, and lo and behold,
I got it.
Ryan got it, and then we ate it today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thanks, Bush.
Bush beans.
What's your favorite spearing memory? You haven't probably been spearing a long time.
No, the first time I got to go spearing is when I reached out to you 3 years ago. I'd say probably my favorite is, hit the first 3 little northerns that swam under the hole, and then got, too nervous when the big one swam under the hole and, somehow missed the big fish.
You were telling me that story. So what happened on this big pike?
It swam in nice and slow. Everything looked perfect. I stood up, I moved around the corner, so I had a nice straight shot, or so I thought. And I threw, and all I saw was mud as it swam away.
We've all missed one.
I've been there many times.
So
it was a clean miss. That's the best thing sometimes.
Yeah.
It's better to hit them, but
but if you're gonna miss clean, then it can come back another day.
Right. You never know. You might get them out there today.
He had to grow another couple years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Be a 40-incher today.
So where are a lot of the guys from? I know I talked with a few, and it sounded like maybe down by the cities, Mankato, St. Cloud, maybe out by Grand Rapids.
Black Duck.
Yeah, Black Duck, yep. So, they came from all over the state this time, a 5-6 hour drive for some of them.
Yep. And your organization, they put them up in a hotel, and is there anything else you do you do for them?
Well, we and actually Lapeer Lodge donated the rooms.
They did.
So they stepped up and they, have made it very clear that, for any event like this, they've got the rooms available for the, veterans to come and stay if they need to. We try to provide as much of the cost of being here as possible. If we can cover meals, the stay, things like anything, that we can fit into a budget, to take care of it. So, really it just comes down to if we can make it completely cost-free for them, that's our goal in the end, is to make it cost-free for them to come out and enjoy the event. So,
if somebody wanted to help your organization out, what's the best way to do it? Is it to just be willing to help out with like the money situation, is getting people like free lodging and stuff, or is there like a way you can donate to the organization, or is there something else that?
Anything and everything is appreciated. It is 501(c) licensed, so anything donated, we can provide tax receipts so that you can write it off in your taxes. But volunteer time, if you want to sit with a guy in a spearing shack, even if you're, hey, I'm going out spearing, I got room for somebody to come sit with me, and you want to invite a veteran along or a first responder, anything like that is, super appreciated and obviously always a support. And, sometimes that's, more than enough for what these guys need sometimes. I mean,
and it's not just spearing, it's like you guys go all over the place, like hog hunting and
we do. There's hog hunting. In December, I hosted a knife making class with Stoney's Custom Design in Boston. We had 6 guys come in from around the state and spent the day and made a knife that they got to bring home. So there's classes, there's fly tying classes for fly fishing. There's, like I said, hog hunting. I've been to Missouri for spoonbill paddlefish snagging, snow goose hunting, waterfowl, upland birds, you name it. My older brother, Army veteran, he and I have been out to Wyoming 2 years now, elk hunting. Unsuccessfully, but we wander the mountains of Wyoming, and I mean, what can be wrong with that? I mean, you're wandering around the mountains with your brother. It's gorgeous. So, if we ever do actually get an elk, that'll just be icing on the cake. But getting to spend time with him, in addition to the fact that we're both vets, he's my brother as well. And I mean, the experience is awesome.
Yeah. I've seen a few of the guys in your house. They said, that'd be cool to learn how to make these decoys.
Yeah. The one guy actually has tried.
Okay.
And he said he can only get it to swim backwards. I said, well, you should talk
I know
to
how
Ryan.
that goes. I know how that goes firsthand.
Wow. Copyright infringement there,
I'll teach the
Jordan.
backwards class.
You put more weight in the back than you do in the front, and it goes that way.
Yeah, Ryan will be a better teacher at that.
Yeah, actually, I wouldn't mind doing that. I've thought about it, doing classes.
That'd be cool out here.
Yeah.
Be a cool little deal.
Make some competition out here.
There you go.
So, how is it funded? How is your program funded?
100% donations.
It is.
With either volunteer time or funds or property and personal equipment. Deer hunts. People have big land. I went up to Middle River this past fall, and DNR gave us an early rifle season in October, and we got to get 10 guys out on an early rifle hunt.
Wow.
And
that's pretty cool.
2 days up there, all 10 guys filled a tag. Wow. Got to go home with a deer. Low pressure already. It was early season, so
right.
We were the first ones in the woods, and they weren't already spooked, and so things like that, so we can work with organizations like DNR and ask for special permissions. And typically when we do go to them and say, hey, here's what we're looking to do, and here's why we're doing it, they give us some special leeway and even permits sometimes. I've got there's a physical therapy clinic over in Thief River Falls. Really great family owns it. She's donated probably close to $2,500 in the last couple of years. You know, her dad was a vet, and you know, she just believes in the cause as well. And so, you know, she does, you know, a cash donation, you know, from the physical therapy clinic, you know.
Sure.
And so, yeah, any form of, you know, volunteer time, you know, Kyle Soley, he's been out here. I've been working with him. He wants to take a guy out coyote hunting.
Sure.
So looking forward to getting that put together with him. And, you know,
if somebody does want to donate money or help in some way, like do maybe they have some skill they want to put on, like Tony did or whatever, but would they contact you, or is there a better way to?
I'm a perfect, yeah, absolutely. My cell number, you can call me on that, and it's, you know, 218-398-0721. And, you know, like I said, there's a lot of different ways. You know, if you've got an idea, something that you think, you know, you can, you know, offer that would be of interest, you know, please feel free to reach out and let me know, and we can talk about it and see if we can put something together for sure.
Sweet. Anyone else have anything they want to talk about?
Fishing.
Yeah,
we're getting close to the end, which is sad.
Yeah, 1 month left or a little less. And I can already tick down how many times I'll probably get out just with my schedule and stuff. It's always sad. The end of Spearing's always sad. It's kind of a relief because the pressure's off also to go out, but I really miss it. The day after, I'm like, oh, I wish I had one more day.
Right.
You know.
I guess the next thing we do have to look forward to is the shows coming up this spring and
Perham. And then Alex in March, and Perham in April.
Yep.
It sounds like it's going to be big again this year. A lot of people going to be vending there.
We could probably talk about our banquet.
Yes.
Briefly here.
Yeah, I don't remember the date.
March 11th.
11th.
We're still hammering out details here, but it's going to be coming out soon.
In Bijou, we'll have, I think it's a Saturday night, you said?
Yep.
Saturday night, we're going to have maybe some door prizes. We're going to have some guns possibly.
Spears from Colton.
Yep. That you can buy tickets to try to win your chance on. We're going to have a meal.
Yep.
So
then we should have the chapter house will be sitting out there too.
Yep.
Up front and center with all the sponsors. We're going to try to get all the stickers on there. We got a bunch of sponsors to help with our chapter house you're sitting in. So there'll be stickers of the sponsors outside, and then it'll be kind of the photo wall too. If you spear a pike, and can go on the side of it and take pictures for our Facebook page. So
absolutely.
Thanks to all the sponsors that have donated to our chapter house so far.
Yes. Yeah, it's amazing. You know, even with the veterans thing, there's so many people that are willing to help, and I think it's just it's a great thing because, you know, I think, you know, Jordan would agree that, you know, we weren't in the military, and I understand my dad was in the Navy, but I understand that the sacrifice, whether it was wartime or not, just being sacrificed away from family, taking part of your life and serving the country. You know, I love my country, and I'm so glad there's people like you guys that are willing to step in my place, because I can't imagine leaving my kids and my wife for extended period of times, or maybe my mom and dad when I was younger. So you guys do that for us. You step in the place for us, and you sacrifice part of your life, whatever it is, and that lets me be home, you know, with my kids and my wife. It lets me go after a career, you know. So I just want to thank you personally, but I just thank all you guys that are willing to do that for us, because, you know, you see the outcome of people that have PTSD and some of the other things that come along with that. So it's not just you go and serve and you come back home, you know. There's a lot more involved to that.
Well, yeah, and it does. It's unfortunately some of the and it's not all bad. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
You know, there's some wonderful things. Like I got to cross the equator, and you know, when you're out on the ocean and there isn't you know, any land for miles. When the sun sets, there's this amazing green flash that comes up over the horizon. And I got to witness that. And, so many people don't even know it exists.
Wow.
Right.
And it's this really cool green, bright light just as the sun goes below the horizon on the ocean. But you come home with stuff that, never leaves you.
Yeah.
When you've been overseas and you've been in a situation, there's just certain parts of it, that stay with you for the rest of your life. And getting the guys together like this, and getting them out there fishing, you know what? All they're thinking about is, is that fish coming under the hole?
Yeah.
And they're looking at that, and it takes you forget it for even if it's just this one day, 4 or 5 hours. It literally does. It takes it away, and it lets you not. And my wife, who's amazing and supportive of all of my stuff and deals with my stuff better than anyone, can tell you. I get out on these trips, and my attitude and my tone and just the way I react is better when I get home. It's hard to explain, but it takes it away. It helps a lot. So
It was fun just hearing some of the guys in there after we ate. They're like, maybe the big girl will be moving. Or the big fish are going to move this afternoon.
I hope so.
Just how jacked up they are, because everybody was pretty much seeing fish today, which was cool.
Yes, definitely.
Not all of them got to throw the spear. Some of them got to throw the spear. Some missed, some didn't. But their hopes of seeing a bigger northern this afternoon. It was kind of fun to listen to those guys talk about it. So and that's why we do it too. You never know what's going to happen, and it's fun sitting out there and just watching.
Well, and that's it. Getting the fish or shooting the animal when you're out on a hunt is icing on the cake. It's getting here. It's building the community and the camaraderie that is really the benefit to these individuals.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I suppose we should get you back out on the ice so you don't.
That's right. I can't win the big fish prize anymore.
You get to win bragging rights.
Yeah, you still want to see it though.
All right. Well, thanks, Jordan, for joining us also.
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, Ari.
Yeah.
Thanks for your service. I appreciate it.